Anne of Green Gables. In a small village called Avonlea on Prince Edward Island, there lived a man and a woman named Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert. They were brother and sister, quiet people who worked hard and lived a simple life. Matthew was kind but shy, and Marilla was practical and serious. They were getting older, and their big farmhouse felt a little too quiet. One spring, they decided to adopt a child to help with the farm. Marilla wrote a letter to an orphanage asking for a strong boy. But something unexpected happened. When Matthew went to the train station to meet the new child, he found not a boy, but a little girl with red hair and bright eyes. She was thin, freckled, and full of life. Her name was Anne Shirley. "Oh, isn't this a lovely day?" Anne said, smiling, as she looked at the trees and sky. Matthew didn't know what to say, but he felt something warm in his heart. Anne talked all the way to Green Gables, the Cuthberts' home. She spoke about the flowers, the clouds, and how she dreamed of having a family one day. She imagined names for everything. The lake was the Lake of Shining Waters, and the road was the White Way of Delight. Her imagination painted the world in colors Matthew had never seen before. When they arrived home, Marilla was very surprised. "A girl? I asked for a boy," she said in shock. Anne's face turned pale, and her eyes filled with tears. "You don't want me? Oh, please, I'll be good. I'll work hard and never complain," she cried. Marilla felt confused. She didn't like surprises, but something about Anne's words touched her heart. That night, Marilla decided that Anne could stay, just for a while. But as days passed, the house became warmer and happier with Anne's laughter. Soon, Marilla and Matthew couldn't imagine life without her. Anne loved Green Gables deeply. She admired the orchard, the fields, and the quiet sound of the brook behind the house. She made friends with Diana Barry, a kind girl who lived nearby. The two girls became inseparable, sharing secrets and dreams under the apple trees. They promised to be bosom friends forever. But Anne also had a fiery temper. One day, a classmate named Gilbert Blythe teased her by calling her Carrots because of her red hair. Anne was furious and hit him with her slate in class. The teacher punished her, and Anne swore never to speak to Gilbert again. Still, she felt bad later, though her pride stopped her from apologizing. Time passed, and Anne grew older. She studied hard and loved to read. Marilla encouraged her to learn, while Matthew always quietly supported her dreams. At school, Anne began to win prizes and the respect of her teachers. Even Gilbert admired her intelligence, though Anne pretended not to notice. Avonlea was a peaceful place, full of green hills, shining rivers, and kind neighbors. Anne often sat under the trees, writing stories and daydreaming. She believed that beauty could be found in small things, a ray of sunlight, a bird song, or a kind word. Marilla smiled more often now, though she tried not to show it too much. Matthew, quiet as always, loved Anne like his own daughter. One cold winter, Matthew became very ill. Anne stayed beside him, holding his hand and reading to him softly. Before he closed his eyes for the last time, he said, "My girl, my dear little girl." Anne cried, but she remembered his kindness and courage. She promised to live a good life that would make him proud. After Matthew's death, Anne and Marilla grew even closer. They helped each other through sadness and found comfort in small joys. Anne finished school and received a scholarship to study in a nearby town. But she decided to stay with Marilla instead, who was losing her eyesight. "Home is where love is," Anne said gently. "And my heart belonged at Green Gables." Seasons came and went. The apple blossoms returned each spring, and Anne often stood under them, remembering Matthew. She met Gilbert again, who was now kind and mature. He smiled and said, "Carrots, I'm sorry." Anne laughed for the first time about her hair and forgave him. Years later, Anne became a teacher in Avonlea. She loved her students and taught them not only words, but also imagination and kindness. Sometimes she would say, "Don't just see the world, dream it too." Green Gables, with its white fences and soft fields, always waited for her. It was her safe place, her true home, and so Anne Shirley, the red-haired girl who once arrived by mistake, found where she truly belonged. Her laughter, her dreams, and her big heart changed Avonlea forever. As the sun set behind the hills, the house glowed in the golden light, peaceful, calm, and full of love. And in that warm light, Anne whispered to herself, "Tomorrow is always fresh, with no mistakes in it yet."